Content warning. This video discusses the topics of sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, and sexual assault. For full policy definitions and examples, please see the JMU Student Handbook at jmu.edu/handbook. Consent is an outward demonstration through understandable words or actions that convey a knowing and voluntary agreement to engage in mutually agreed upon sexual activity. Consent is something that doesn't exist until it is communicated by your partner. If they haven't communicated it in some way, it isn't present. It is your responsibility to make sure that you understand what your partner is and isn't communicating in your intimate moments. Consent is required for each sexual act you engage in. It doesn't carry over from one interaction with your partner to the next, and it can be withdrawn at any time. These are examples of when consent may be communicated, but is not valid or is no longer valid. First, if a person communicates consent and then communicates they no longer consent, the consent has been withdrawn, making the original communication of consent no longer valid. If sexual activity were to continue after the consent is withdrawn, it would be sexual assault. Second, if a person is forced, coerced, or intimidated into consenting, the consent that was communicated isn't valid. And lastly, no matter what a person who is incapacitated says or does, they cannot consent to sexual activity. Any consent communicated by an incapacitated person isn't valid. A person is incapacitated when they cannot make informed, rational judgments. This may be due to their age, disability, because they're asleep or unconscious, or because of their use of substances. If a person is intoxicated to the point that they cannot make informed, rational judgments, then they are incapacitated. And it doesn't matter if they chose to consume substances to that level or if someone forced them to. If they're incapacitated, they can't consent. For more information on the sexual misconduct and Title IX sexual harassment policies, or the processes used to investigate and/or adjudicate such allegations, visit jmu.edu/handbook or jmu.edu/Title IX.